We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Hello and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak for Wednesday, November 1st. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer. We're going to look at the top news and sports stories from Northeast Mississippi, but first, let's start with your weather forecast. Today we're looking at rain with a high of 70 and a low of 61. That chance for rain is at 60%. Looking at your 3-day outlook, Thursday calls for partly cloudy skies with a high of 77 and a low of 63, 20% chance of rain. Friday, thunderstorms with a high of 76 and a low of 62. That's a 60% chance of rain. And more rain on Saturday, 40% chance of rain with a high of 77, low of 62. Let's take a look now at today's top headlines. Lee County School District officials got the green light on Tuesday to begin exploring options for creating a career and technical education facility. Lee County Assistant Superintendent Coke McGee requested the school board's approval at its Tuesday evening meeting. Superintendent Jimmy Weeks said the district will explore options for building a new facility. It will work with Pryor and Morrow architect Rudd Robinson to develop potential plans. Pryor and Morrow also designed the Baldwin School District's new career tech facility that opened last week. Weeks said the first step will be to determine what kind of space the district will need. Then they will have to determine the potential cost. Weeks said the district wants to provide career tech experiences for its students, especially those who don't want to go to college but want to go directly to the workforce. Lee County students previously used the CTE Center at Tupelo High School through an agreement with the Tupelo Public School District. That agreement was dissolved in 2015 due to an increase in cost for Lee County schools. The Southern Motion family raised $250,000 for the American Cancer Society through the 2017 Pontotoc County Relay for Life. On Tuesday, the Southern Motion team got the chance to name a grant given by the American Cancer Society. That is an honor that goes to only 10 teams in the country. The $165,000 grant is going to Harvard Medical School to study the structure and mechanisms of a breast cancer-resistant protein. It will be named Southern Motion Strong. The Southern Motion team came in 4th among teams participating in 3,500 Relay for Life events to benefit the American Cancer Society around the world. They are the top team in the Mississippi and Arkansas area. Since 2004, Southern Motion has participated in Relay for Life and made the American Cancer Society its charity of choice. It has donated nearly $1.2 million during that time. The money comes from employees who give through payroll deduction, sales of special raffle tickets, a Relay Madness basketball bracket, and an annual charity golf tournament. The efforts spread beyond the 1,500 employees at the Pontotoc and Baldwin plants to also include management, sales representatives, and vendors. After 3 months on the run, a man accused of killing a camper at Chewalla Lake has turned himself in to authorities. Joshua Fletcher of Natchitoches, Louisiana, is accused of killing Samuel Deward Smith of Maumelle, Arkansas, on or around July 26th at the recreational lake located just outside Holly Springs. Police in 4 states, along with the U.S. Marshals, were searching for Fletcher. The 31-year-old was out on probation at the time. Their search ended on Friday when Fletcher walked into a county jail in the Mississippi Delta and surrendered. 2 deputies drove to Belzona on Saturday and transported him to Holly Springs. He is now charged with 1 count of murder and is being held in the Marshall County Jail on a $1 million bond. The case against Fletcher will be presented to the Marshall County Grand Jury in January. Officials believe Fletcher killed Smith and stole his truck, gun, wallet, and phone, as well as the Border Collie mixed dog that traveled everywhere with Smith. The dog was found on July 27th along the side of Interstate 55 between Grenada and Winona. He was later reunited with Smith's family. And in sports, the Okolona High boys basketball team is getting used to pressure. The Chieftains have improved every season under head coach Arteria Clifton. Last season, they finished 29-2, losing the season opener to Tupelo, and then again in the state semifinals to eventual champion Coahoma County. Now they have moved down from 2A to 1A, where they'll try to knock off back-to-back state champion Ashland. The Chieftains returned all 5 starters from last season, but they lost 4 seniors who are role players off the bench. They will be led by seniors Ladarius Spears and Cam Smith. Spears is 6 feet 6 inches tall and is an imposing shot blocker. Smith is a versatile forward. The Chieftains open their season Saturday against Tupelo in the Hound Dog Basketball Classic. They will be without a few key players who are also on the football team. That does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. Check out the Prep Rally podcast for the latest in Northeast Mississippi high school sports with hosts Brad Locke and Dalton Middleton. Look for a new episode this afternoon in Apple Podcasts or Google Play. You can also find it at preprally.djournal.com. Each story discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your daily journal or online at djournal.com, where you can also catch a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Kiefer. Have a great Wednesday.